Greetings, everyone. Today I am coming with something a little different. As you can see, it's a little cloudy out today, but it's okay. You know, we needed this rain to help replenish the trees and the plants and to help them grow. And that's kind of what we were talking about today. We're talking about the communication amongst trees. Trees talk to each other underground through a vast network of fungi known as Wood Wide Web. Trees share nutrients and information. Older mother trees can even send carbon and nutrients to younger trees that are struggling. And they can warn neighbors about pests or drought. It's like a secret support system hidden beneath the soil, showing us that nature is far more interconnected than we often realize. Even in the unseen, support is always present. Just like the roots beneath a forest, purpose and connection are working in your favor, quietly, powerfully, and divinely aligned. Always remember that in nature, nothing exists alone. Pay attention to where your peace naturally flows, whether it's a person, project, or path. Peace often the compass pointing you towards alignment. If something feels forced or overly draining, it may be time to pause, pivot, or protect your energy. Also, today carries a gentle reminder. You don't have to over explain what's divinely assigned to you. Just continue showing up in your purpose. Now, there are two different movies that come to mind when I think about Mother Nature and being able to connect with Mother Nature and using, not really necessarily using, but communicating with nature in order to get information. The first movie that comes to mind is Pocahontas. Um, if you notice in that movie, Pocahontas was a young Native American girl. Her and her family would always be in nature, whether that's gathering food, and they would specifically go and talk to a specific tree. And in that movie, the specific tree is called a willow tree. And the willow tree is considered a tree of wisdom. If you notice, the willow tree has like gray moss coming from it, and some people kind of identify that with, gray and in your hair and you gaining wisdom. You can look further into that on your own, but that's one of them. The other movie is Avatar. In that movie, um, when people transition, they transition back into nature and it became a part of the bigger ecosystem. And even though you couldn't see them physically, they were there spiritually still guiding each other along the way. And it was almost like an energy channel through the roots of the trees. And that's where you want to get into it, because if you ever notice that sometimes a tree will get chopped down, but then it'll grow still because the top part got chopped down, but the roots are still good. The roots is going to keep on growing. And that's where the foundation is, honestly. That's where the communication is. A lot of this can be equated to your hair. um, having the hairs on your head and it communicating with nature, and um, you even communicating with like the different styles you wear in your hair, that makes you unique or connects us with one another. Also, you'll notice that um, some people call it the Holy Spirit, some people call it intuition or instincts. When certain things are happening, whether it's good or bad, your hairs on your body may start to stand up, or you may experience what some people call chills. Um, these are different things that you can equate to yourself in nature, and how we are more alike than different. People study nature all the time to see, you know, how are we similar? How can we take care of one another? Because at the end of the day, we are all here together. At the end of the day, um, we need the trees, and the trees need us. If you participate in science, um, trees give us oxygen, and we give it carbon dioxide. And it just goes to show you that everything is interconnected. And honestly, nothing is really separated from one another if you pay attention to it. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know what parts of the video that you enjoyed. If you learned something new, how do you feel about the information that you have received? And if you have watched Pocahontas or Avatar, if something sparked into your mind as I'm speaking about these different topics, you could always comment, what was one of your favorite parts of those movies that made you think, we are connected to one another, and we should treat the earth kindly. Um, we should treat one another kindly. We should be considerate and mindful. And, if we take care of the earth, earth will definitely take care of us. All right. Have a good day.